He sets him down, barking his signals. In motion to the near side comes Trevor Savoy. They give it off to Justin Shima. The big fullback lowers his head and gets it down close to the 20-yard line, where it'll be second down and about 7. And the Falcons controlling the football.
Line of scrimmage. That's where it's all at any game. I don't care what the conditions are. You have got to control the line of scrimmage.
And they have done an outstanding job.
Got some rather rabid fans in front of us.
Yeah. A minute and 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Faribault has it second down and 7 from the Mankato West 20-yard line. Double wing formation. Shima the only setback behind Matsky. In motion comes Wilford. Matsky keeps the ball, and he's going to go down for a loss.
And wishes he hadn't kept the ball.
I think it was supposed to be a rollout pass, but the Scarlets just came storming through.
The first guy there was Brad Dulis, defensive end.
And they're going to put the ball back at about the 20, put it down, referee, about the 27-yard line. So about a 7-yard loss on the play is going to bring up third down and about 18.
For Mankato West, that is their 4th sack of the year.
3rd and 18, or let's call it 16, the scoreboard says. So we'll go with that as Matsky sets him down. Again, the single setback is Hartman. In motion goes Thielbar. They give it to Hartman straight up the middle. Ball pops out, but I think the Falcons recovered it.
That went right around his back.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
But I think Faribault recovered it.
Well, I've never seen a fumble like that before. He just never had it, obviously, in the breadbasket. It went right around his back.
And it's going to be 4th down and about 10. Nick Ward recovers the fumble, so 4th and 10 for Faribault, and that was going to be the last play of the third quarter. As the clock runs out, the end of the third quarter, it's the Faribault Falcons 20, the Mankato West Scarlets nothing. So the Falcons did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. West had a good drive going on the opening drive of the second half, but spit it up down on the about the, 12-yard line. Faribault recovered. And then Faribault came back with a fumble, and West came back and returned the favor. Andy Matsky with the pass interception.
In that third quarter, 56 total yards for West, 65 for Faribault. And remember, over 50 of it on the Hartman run.
That's right. So we start the fourth quarter. The Falcons with a 20-0 lead. And they will have the ball 4th and 10 at the Mankato West 23-yard line. Next week, the Falcons on the road. They go to Rochester Mayo. The following week, they're on the road at Owatonna.
There's a great crowd here tonight, Mike.
Yes, there is, considering the weather.
Good to see that kind of support. They had a quote in this program here from Lowell Noman. You remember what Lowell said?
Yes, green is not a color. It's an attitude.
I love it.
I'll never forget that. Never will I ever. Lowell Noman.
I don't remember if that was in reference. Well, I won't even go there.
Quite a guy. One of a kind. 4th down and about 9.
Well, that's why it's Nolan Gymnasium.
That's right. 4th and 9 for the Falcons. The ball at the 23-yard line of Mankato West. Deuce backfield, wing back on the far side. Now they go to the double wing formation. Hartman the only setback. Savoy goes in motion. They come back and hand it to Wilfer, coming back the other way. Cuts inside, trying to get outside, and he's going to go down as he gets inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. And West will take over 1st and 10 with 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the ball game. West got the ball to start the third quarter, started their third quarter drive with 11:54 to go. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line, trailing 20-0.
Unofficially, Tom Hartman with 123 yards on the night.
So 1st and 10 for Mankato West. Trailing 20-0, you gotta think they gotta try and put the ball. They're gonna put the ball up in the air. Double receivers to the far side. Wiest in the slot on the far side. I formation behind Nestler. Nestler takes the snap, hands it off to Boyer, hit behind the line of scrimmage and goes down. Tim Stowe was right there. Excellent job It'll be second down and 10. Second down and 10 now for Mankato West. 11:35 to go in the game. Faribault leads it 20-0. That was the score at halftime. As West comes up to the line of scrimmage. Again, the eye, double receivers to the far side, which is the right side. Nestler backs to pass, looking right, pressured out of the pocket, going to get hit and goes down. Ward was there to put him on the ground, back inside the 10 at about the 5-yard line. And I tell you, credit there goes to the defensive secondary because Nestler didn't have anybody to throw it to, and Ward came storming through. They're going to mark the forward progress actually at about the 8. So now it's third down at about 3 blocks.
Ward came into this game with 1 sack, Little with 2, Vanderveen with 2, Scarufo with 1.
3rd and 19 now for Mankato West. From their own 7-yard line as Nestler brings them up to the line, double receivers to the near side, wide receiver to the far side, single setback. Nestler back to pass. He's being pressured, goes down. Boy, he looked up and saw Cody Vanderveen coming and went down to the ground, back inside the 5-yard line. And the Falcons should get the ball in excellent field position as the Scarlets are going to be kicking it out of their own end zone.
That might be Cody's 2nd sack tonight.
So West will kick it from their own end zone, and actually the kicker doesn't have a lot of room back there.
Yes. He's fumbled a couple of snaps.
That's right. Waiting for the snap from Sutter. There's the snap, and here's the kick. Comes to the near side. It's a short kick, and the Falcons get away from it, and they'll take over inside the West 30-yard line. So another great defensive job by the Falcons as they'll start inside the Scarlet 30-yard line with 9 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the ball game. Leading 20-0. 1st and 10 for Faribault. The ball at the West 29-yard line.
83 yards unofficially tonight for Wilford thus far.
LeVate comes out over that football now. Deuce backfield, Wilford and Justin Shima. Matsky, long count. Tom comes in motion, keeping the ball. They pitch it to Josh Tom, and he cuts it back inside and gets fumbles the football. The flag goes down.
And West has the ball.
I think we're going to have a face mask. Maybe not. Let's wait and see. Maybe it's going to be a penalty.
No, West is saying decline the hold, and we'll take the ball.
Yeah. So Josh Tom fumbles the football, and West gets it back with 9 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the game.
That's the 2nd fumble lost tonight.
Well, it definitely is not easy to hang out of that football tonight.
No, you ever hold on to an ice cube?
Matt Naraki in the ball game at a cornerback now for the Falcons.
Well, the Scarlets just got on the field. He better get his tail off.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line of Mankato West. Nestler again, back to pass. Looks right, throws out in the flat. Got a man wide open at the 35. He's at the 40 and goes down at the 45-yard line.
That's Stock.
Stock makes the catch. And it's 1st and 10 for Mankato West. Jake Stock.
They have really been successful in throwing the ball. They have the 1 interception, but 8 of 10 passing is Nestler, the leading passer in the Big 9.
9:27 to go in the game. 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Nestler, handoff to Boyer, fullback, and Boyer at the 50 and goes down at the Falcon 49. Oh, Boyer picks up about 5, maybe 6. Clock keeps running now as we approach the 9-minute mark to go in the ball game.
And the reason why they're not throwing every down is because of those sacks in that last series. They got to keep them honest.
2nd down and 5 for the Scarlets. The ball at the 49-yard line of the Falcons. Nestler back to pass. Looks, throws out here in the flat, got a man open, and he dropped the ball.
Stock.
Wilford covering, but Stock dropped it. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
So Wiest has not hurt the Falcons tonight. Just one catch on the night for Chuck Wiest.
And as Trevor Savoy comes back in the ball game and getting a breather for the Falcons, Tim Stoll.
Wiest came into this game with 18 catches. And he had one last week. He went out with an injury. So that tells you how much they like to throw to him.
Single setback, 3rd down and 5 for West. Nestler back to pass again, being pressured, and he's going to go down as Vanderveen hits him first.
And
then Little polishes him off. And it'll bring up a 4th down and about 11.
It might be Vanderveen's 3rd sack tonight.
4th down and 11 now for Mankato West. The ball back at the West 45-yard line, 44-yard line. And the clock running. 8 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the game. Faribault 20, Mankato West nothing.
Vanderveen just a junior.
Wiest in the slot on the near side. Stock outside of him on 4th down and 11. Nestler under center. Drops back. Nestler being pressured now. Throws over the middle, and it's knocked away by Wilford.
That was a good play.
Good job by Wilford as they try to hit Wiest coming across the middle. And actually, even if he would have caught it, he would have been about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
That was an audible. He was talking to Wiest the whole time at the line of scrimmage.
So Faribault will take over 1st and 10 with 7 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the ball game, leading 20-0, and they'll start at the West 44-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Andy Matsky, the quarterback, from the West 44-yard line, 1st and 10. The handoff up the middle, and fumble. Loose ball pops around, and who got it? West.
That was Hartman who had the ball.
So the Falcons spit it up.
This isn't going to help their turnover margin.
No. And West gets it right back at the 42-yard line.
Not that they really care at this point.
Falcons had the ball for 7 seconds.
And as many sacks as Vanderveen has, I'll bet he runs out there and says, all right.
Wiest brings him up, or Nestler brings him up the line of scrimmage now from his own 42-yard line. 1st and 10 from his own 42-yard line. Nestler again back to pass, being pressured. Screen pass complete to Boyer. Boyer at the 30, Boyer at the 35, at the 40, Boyer at the 50, and he goes down at the Falcon 49-yard line.
It was a great call against this defense that has been just running after Nestler all over.
So 1st and 10 for Mankato West. The ball at the 49-yard line of the Falcons. 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Faribault leads 20-0.
1st and 10 for West.
It's been a scoreless second half. As it gets a little colder out there, the ball a little harder to hold on to, and the snow keeps coming down. Nestler, 1st and 10 now from the Falcon 48. Nestler back to pass. Looking right, he's got all day, throws it down the middle. It's going to be picked off by Nawrocki. Nawrocki at the 40. Nawrocki at the 45, goes down at the 49-yard line.
Well, there's quite a sea of green out there where he was throwing that ball.
Yes, it was, and I think that's Nawrocki's 2nd INT.
Yes, it is.
But we got a flag down. Clipping on the run back, but the Falcons are going to get to keep football.
Their 2nd INT in this game, their 5th turnover.
So the Falcons will keep the ball. The clipping penalty and move the ball back with 7 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the ball game. Faribault gets the ball, and they'll put it down at the 34, 33, 32, 31, 30-yard line.